This is it, guys. I have made it. This is the story of how I got my very first movie. When I was little, I really wanted to be an actor, which was kind of weird because my mom and dad were both in the medical industry. So when I was 7 years old, I got to be in a local flower commercial. My best friend down the street, her grandma had a flower shop. So I got in this little flower commercial and I loved it. So I said to my mom, I really want to take acting classes, and she signed me up. I would do acting classes every Saturday for 3 or 4 hours. I started auditioning, I got some commercials, but then there was an ad in the local paper that said, do you want to be in a movie? We're looking for a 14-year-old Southern girl. Do you think you could act some of the lines or read one of the scenes? And I was like, yes, I think I can. I ended up auditioning that day, and then I didn't hear anything for a month. I came home from softball practice and my mom said, Reese, I need to talk to you. They're calling and asking you if you'll go to Los Angeles for a screen test. And I'll never forget my mom said to the people on the phone, what kind of movie is this anyway? I think she wanted to make sure that I wasn't in like a dirty movie or something. Good job, Mom. I'd never seen the Pacific Ocean, and I remember I got to go and put my feet in the Pacific Ocean. It was so cool. I drove down Wilshire Boulevard where all the palm trees were. And then the next day, I had to do these long auditions, flew back home, and I was like, well, that was a great experience. And then I got called again. We want you to fly to Louisiana. And I remember I was feeling really nervous, so the director was this amazing man named Robert Mulligan. He said, why don't you chew gum? You just sound different, you act different when you're chewing gum. He'd make me spit it out right before I did the scene, but I had to remember how I did it when I was chewing the gum because he wanted me to kind of throw all my words away, something like that. I went back home to Nashville and they called and said, you got the job. And I freaked out. It was the summer before I started my freshman year of high school, and we shot all summer, and it was the most magical experience. I learned everything I needed to know about being a film actor, how to hit marks, how to perform for a camera, how to get emotional. The director wanted me to be a tomboy and he wanted me to run, and the way I ran, he thought wasn't very athletic. So I had to practice running, and Jason London had to give me lessons on how to run more athletically because he was more athletic. Running like this is actually really not good for pace or timing. I've learned that. I had to kiss a boy on screen for the first time, and I was 14 years old, and I was so embarrassed. Oh, and I had to do a scene where I was supposed to be skinny dipping, and they had a nude double for me, and that was so mortifying when I was 14, even though I wasn't doing it. So there was that scene where the boy dies at the end. If you haven't seen the movie, this is a big spoiler. And I had to get very emotional. And I remember the director really working on that with me. And there's also a scene at his funeral. I remember I really felt sad because the director kind of walked me through what the feeling was of loss. That's hard work for a 14-year-old kid to really feel that amount of emotion. I really felt like I loved Jason London, and also wasn't allowed to express it because my sister was in love with the same boy. I was forever grateful to the people who got me that job. A lady named Sherry Rhodes cast me in it, and it changed my entire life. Jason London was amazing, and he was so sweet and helpful, and Emily Warfield became the sister I never had. It was a really magical summer for me. The movie came out. It didn't make a lot of money or anything like that, but I got really good reviews. So I got a really good agent, and I got to go on a press tour around the country. It was the first premiere I ever went to, and I remember really distinctly that Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the premiere. I also remember the outfit I wore to the premiere. And I wore this like little black velvet dress that had white flowers on the top that were lace, and cowboy boots, because cowboy boots. By the way, I still wear dress and cowboy boots all the time. My parents really wanted me to be in high school, and I wasn't allowed to like go audition or anything like that. So I made a movie, then went to high school, and the next summer I did like a movie of the week, which was really fun, with Joanna Kearns from Growing Pains. And then I went to Africa to make a movie for Disney called A Far Off Place, which is another story I could tell you. It was really fun. I was in Africa for 6 months when I was 16. I made Man in the Moon in 1990, so guys, do the math. It was 30 years ago. I'm so proud that was my first movie. I really love that movie. If you get a chance, check it out. It's really cute.